Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's video, the 50 States of America, the people, the places, and the history. This is a box set that I got from Books A Million, and it has flashcards and a book that we learn a little bit about the states. I thought it would be fun and neat, and we are having fun with it. I have a huge bucket list. I want to travel all the states in this great country that we live in. So I thought this would be a cool way to get to know some of the states and try to find things that are interesting to see. So if you live in one of these states, if you would please let me know what's fun to do in your state, or I love history, so what's historical and what is just a cool, beautiful place. I love nature. I love beautiful things. I can't hike very much. I can hike a little bit, so I've had knee problems, but my one knee's fixed. It's just the arthritis that's in it now makes it kind of tough. I can't do a long hike, but I can do a short hike. But I like some places like the Smoky Mountains will have motor trails and stuff like that where you can drive your car through and see the beautiful nature. So I'm looking for things like that where you can see beauty, and I want to do things like Gettysburg and Williamsburg and Charleston, South Carolina, just places like that. There's so many kinds of things. Of course, I want to do Route 66 and go to Yellowstone and Yosemite and all those parks. Grand Tetons, oh, those are beautiful. But those are some things that are interesting to me, and I thought this would be a cool way to do it and to have everybody join me as I read this. So today we are visiting Maryland. Maryland joined the Union April 28, 1788, and Larry Hogan said, "No state can match the beauty of the Chesapeake Bay, our beaches and farms, or the mountains of western Maryland, the port of Baltimore, or the historic charm of every corner of our state." And this is the card with the state flag on it. There you go. Sometimes it's hard to get it to focus. Okay, on the back, the abbreviation for Maryland is MD. The nickname is the Old Line State. The animal symbol is the Baltimore Oriole. Cute little bird. Population 6.2 million. Area 12,407 square miles. And it's in the Eastern Time Zone. It is the 7th state to join the Union. And the capital is Indianapolis. And I probably said that wrong. I'm sorry. Trust me, some of you let me know when I say things wrong. That's good, though I need to know how to say it. All right. So in the book, Maryland is a state of many parts, a peculiarly shaped concoction of geographical landscapes, ranging from the flat coastal plains of the Delmarva Peninsula in the east to the densely forested Appalachian Mountains in the west. In between, there is the vast Chesapeake Bay, flanked by cypress marshland, and then rolling hills rich in oak forests. The people are similarly diverse. Some work in the government offices of Washington, D.C., others catch crabs in Chesapeake Bay. The blue crab from these parts is a prized delicacy. One of the 13 colonies that rebelled against British rule in the 1700s, Maryland was the scene of some key battles during the Revolutionary War. The Royal Navy waged a major attack on Fort McHenry in Baltimore, the resistance to which inspired Marylander Francis Scott Key to pen the words to the Star-Spangled Banner. Maryland became the seventh state on April 28, 1788, and began to build up a strong economy based on its tobacco plantations. Though a slave state, it remained loyal to the Union during the Civil War. America's bloodiest day. On September 17, 1862, the Confederate Army of General Robert E. Lee and the Union forces of Major General George B. McClellan clashed at Antietam Creek, near Sharpsburg and the Potomac River. The sides fought viciously all day without any significant territorial territorial gain. With 23,000 men dead or wounded, it was the bloodiest day in American history. Washington and Baltimore. Maryland was allegedly named in honor of Queen Henrietta Maria, wife of King Charles I, by Sir George Calvert, First Lord of Baltimore, who applied for the charter to colonize the region in 1629. Calvert intended to create a haven for persecuted Catholics fleeing Europe, and the first settlers arrived in 1634. After the Revolution, Maryland gave up a portion of its land on the Potomac for the formation of the national capital, Washington, D.C. Today, the vast majority of Maryland's population live in the metropolitan area around Washington and Baltimore. Baltimore grew rapidly in the 19th century as a key industrial port, helped growth by the building of the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad, the first chartered railroad in the USA. With coal coming from mines in the west of the state and timber aplenty, Baltimore had both the resources and a means to transport them far afield. A major fire in 1904 destroyed an area of the city covering 70 blocks, but today it is the most populous city in Maryland and the industrial base of the state that no longer relies on agriculture, although poultry, farming, and fishing are important for the economy. The Mason-Dixon Line. In 1763, the Calvert family, who founded Maryland, and the Penn family, who founded Pennsylvania, commissioned two surveyors, Charles Mason and Jeremiah Dixon, to settle their long-running boundary dispute. The result was the Mason-Dixon Line, which became the demarcation line between free and slave states. Sporting legends. Marylanders love their sport and come together over their world-famous sports teams. Football's Washington Redskins and baseball's Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore was the birthplace of Babe Ruth, one of America's most famous baseball players, who began his professional career with the Orioles. Swimming star Michael Phelps is also a native of Maryland. And I'm going to show you this picture and then we'll be done. Chesapeake City used to be called the Village of Bohemia, or Bohemia Manor, until the Chesapeake and Delaware Canal was built in 1839, dividing it in two. And that's the picture. And guess what, y'all? That's the video for this time, or that. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know I've been fumbling my words a lot lately. It could be the antibiotics that I'm on or something, but I hope that you like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things to just help get my videos out there. This is, if this isn't your cup of tea, like I tell everybody in my other videos, we've got plenty of things for you to view. I am not a professional by far. I'm just an amateur, just trying to do my best to bring some goodness in the world. So we do the Bible recap every day. We're reading the Bible in a year in chronological order. I also sell Avon, so we do Avon videos. We do some Temu videos when we buy Temu. I have inspirational videos, travel videos. I've done some reviews on stuff. And the one that I really always hope and pray that everybody really watches too. I want everybody to watch the Bible recap, but I really want everyone to watch the ones on child advocacy, especially the ones on online predators, because children are suffering at the hands of evil people, and the only way to help the children is to educate ourselves. But I'm trying to make the video not be so long. Sometimes I get on a rant, and I'm not going to do that now, or not necessarily a rant. I go squirrel sometimes. So I'm trying not to go squirrel tonight. But that's it. That's the video for tonight. We thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye-bye.